Hello everyone and welcome to This Day. Today is Tuesday, January 9th, and I'm your host, Bobby Higgins. It's so nice to be back and Happy New Year. Coming up on today's show, we have Caring Senior Services with Dean White. He's going to be giving us some advice on what they can do to help you and your family when you are in need of a caregiver. And after that, Alan Feldman and Jean Lepowski from the Democratic join us, and they're going to be telling us all about their candidate forum that's coming up next week. And now that takes us to today's Stay Informed. United Mutual's next town hall meeting is coming up this Friday, January 12th at 2 p.m. in the Performing Arts Center, Clubhouse 3, Room 2. The scheduled topic will focus on their master policy and earthquake insurance and preparedness, followed by a Q&A session after that. So check that out. Now let's take a look at the weather. Taking a look outside, today is mostly sunny and cool with a high of 61 and a low of 42. This trend will last throughout the week. Mostly sunny on Wednesday, sunny and clear on Thursday, and mostly sunny with some clouds on Friday and Saturday. Temperatures will be cool all week with highs in the low 60s and upper 50s. Evenings will drop down into the low 40s, but I tell you what, it was 36 at my house this morning. This is definitely what winter feels like here in Southern California. And now looking at your sunrise and sunset, here's a beautiful picture from Kauai. My co-host Michael Taylor is on vacation right now, and I think he's just trying to make us feel a little jealous. But there's your sunrise this morning, 6:55 a.m., and your sunset at 4:49 p.m. tonight. If you'd like to have your photos featured here on This Day, please email them to us at lagunawoodsvillagetv@gmail.com. Stay with us. We have Caring Senior Services coming up next, but first, here's a look at today's meetings.
Village Television presents Friday Films, only on Village Television. Fridays at 2 and 6 p.m. Foreign films, dramas, and comedies. Award-winning films, romance and mystery. Independent films. Every Friday, only on Village Television.
Hi, I'm Dan McEachran. 35 years ago, I was lucky enough to get my start in Laguna Woods. First, building patio rooms, then kitchens. Our cabinets are all built locally in Irvine. It all began with patio rooms, like this Majorca model, which we made into a complete room. I'll pull permits. We'll take care of everything. Give me a call. We'll do a nice job for you.
Hi, I'm Vince Ferragamo. I spent some of my best years as an NFL quarterback, but today I've got a new team, and we're helping seniors who spent their best years fighting for our country, defending our freedom, and informing the nation. Our hometown heroes need help. AgeWell Senior Services is their lifeline. Nonprofit AgeWell can do all of this because you care enough to give. Please join me in supporting AgeWell. Donate today.
We believe every senior should be able to remain healthy, happy, and at home. At Caring Senior Service, we understand the value of compassion and companionship. Our caregivers promote health, happiness, and independence. We cook nutritional meals, engage in meaningful activities, run errands, do light house cleaning, and more. Call us toll-free at 833-926-3700 or visit our website, CaringSeniorServiceLW.com. Healthy, happy home. Caring Senior Service.
Welcome back to This Day. Joining me now from Caring Senior Services is owner Dean White. Dean, so nice to see you as always.
Thanks,
Did you
Bobby.
have a great holidays and New Year's? Did you do anything fun?
Well, you know, it's funny. Christmas Day is actually my birthday.
That's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, and it's really funny. My dad's birthday was New Year's Day, And I always said if I ever had a son, which I don't, but if I did, his birthday would have to be the 4th of July because we're going to keep it all in the family. But it's always
hit
nice.
all the major holidays.
Right. So Christmas and New Year's is always a nice celebration with family and friends, yeah.
Oh, that's wonderful. So tell me, how does it work for your clients? Does things slow down like over the holidays because they have more people around to help with caregiving, or does it get busier?
Gosh, that's a great question. I was really thinking that things are going to slow down, but in fact, it doubled.
Oh,
and
wow.
so for Christmas and New Year's, I think part of it is because for my business, I don't charge any extra for holidays. I feel that that is a disservice that a lot of companies do. And so it gives me a benefit to charge the same rate. Now I pay my caregivers double for Christmas and time and a half for New Year's. But I feel that it's my gift to the community. And so that could be the reason why business got so busy.
Okay, that makes sense, yeah. And so at what stage usually do people start to reach out to you? To say, hey, we're thinking maybe we need a caregiver at this point.
Yeah, there's a lot of different stages. And so the more proactive that somebody can be and get somebody into the house, at least initially for an assessment, is usually beneficial. We have had so often when we come into somebody's house and then they just go, gosh, I wish that we would have called you sooner. And sometimes it's a memory care issue that mom or dad is starting to forget. Okay. Sometimes it's a reading the mail or doing vacuuming things, that you just can't see as well because of, eyesight is dimming. Sometimes it's companionship, and all those things prolong somebody's life if you have somebody there to interact and watch out for them.
Yeah. Oh,
Right?
that's a real great thing to be proactive about it. And it's hard, yeah, if you're not living there yourself, how do you necessarily know things that they might be struggling with that you didn't even realize?
For instance, Bobby, we have a client who a child gave us a call, and there was a whole month's of prescription meds that were missing.
Oh, wow.
And so that was their first indication that maybe mom or dad are forgetting.
Yeah.
And each time they pass by that pill, they're taking an extra one.
Okay.
And so now they're a client of ours. We have locked that up. We go there, we open up one pill a day and give it to them, et cetera, et cetera. Simple solution, but something that could be very dangerous, right?
Yeah. And memory is so hard to see in the very beginning stages. Because it's like, is it just that I maybe haven't been sleeping well and I'm just being forgetful? Or is this just a normal aging thing, that I can't find my keys? Or is it really truly a symptom of something's going on?
It's true, because I think of it, gosh, I forget so many things already at my age,
right?
And so it is a very hard thing to measure. That's why it's an assessment. A free assessment is always nice. Or just to sometimes give mom or dad a little quiz from time to time.
Yeah.
And see what they remember and what they don't remember. The main thing it comes around to is when it comes down to personal care, and then of course medication.
Yeah, because then that can be dangerous if you're not taking your medication.
Very much so, yeah.
Yeah. So what are some of the other things that a caregiver can do for a family?
Yeah, a lot of things comes around to some light cleaning, which is always nice that to be done. Some meal preparation. We have a lot of caregivers that prepare breakfast, lunch, or dinner. They also can do errands and go to the store, pick up prescriptions, go grocery shopping. We even have caregivers that come over, and once the mom or dad is taken care of, go walk the dog and make sure the dog is okay or the cat's okay. That the main things is really just to create a home environment that is safe and secure. And then that gives a peace to the children often that are wondering, is mom or dad okay, right?
Yeah, especially if they have jobs or live too far away, that they can't necessarily be checking in every day like that, or several times a week. So that's great. I didn't know you offered so many of those services like that. I always am thinking of a caregiver as somebody who comes into the house and helps with hygiene, with bathing, that kind of thing. I didn't realize it could be things like going grocery shopping or walking the pets.
We have one client, her name is Judy. She is so much fun. And our caregiver takes her to the senior center, twice a week. And so she's just there for 4 hours twice a week, but she meets up with her, takes her to the senior center, they do karaoke, they have fun, and then brings her back to home, makes her a little bit lunch, but something as simple as that, to another client like Joyce, who is bedridden, and she needs somebody to come and change, her briefs. It gives her some exercise, feeds her through a syringe, and there's a lot of heavier caregiving.
Okay.
And we've been able to see such great color come back into her life, and it's wonderful because now we see her responding, and that makes her loving husband just so happy. And in fact, for Christmas, just a little bonus gift, I had a couple come in and do some music and did some, just solo guitar, and then the wife sang, and it was a really beautiful moment.
Oh, that's wonderful. How
Yeah.
sweet. So why hire through an agency like you guys with Caring Senior Service? Why not hire somebody through Facebook or whatever?
Yeah, it's a great question because a lot of people are going to Facebook or to the internet to hire. There are some really beautiful caregivers on Facebook. The hard part is to try to find them, right?
Yeah.
And you have anything from people who are going to get hired and they may not be insured like ours are. We do a full background check. In fact, they're background checked on 7 different agencies,
Oh, wow.
including federal. We even check the DMV to make sure they don't have a DUI. And then we also get them TB tested and fingerprinted. It's so that when we provide a caregiver, we know that person is a solid person. And then if you hired somebody from Facebook and they got sick that morning and mom or dad needed care, then you're scrambling to find somebody that comes that day.
Yeah.
Maybe mom or dad needed to go to had a doctor's appointment and the caregiver was taking them. Or with us, if our caregiver got sick that day, then we would then bring another caregiver, that would be there to
You
make
have
sure.
reinforcements. You have depth.
Exactly.
Someone else on the bench that is just as good that can come in.
100%, yes.
Are there additional steps that you guys take to ensure safety for your clients?
Yes, I'm so glad you asked that. Recently, we've been hearing that in Laguna Woods, there is, not that it happens all the time, I don't want to put some fear out there, but there's been people that have been knocking on the door and saying, "Hi, I'm your caregiver," and they don't know who this person is. And we at Caring Senior Service, we always provide somebody from the staff that does the introduction for the caregiver.
Okay.
And so no time would there ever be anybody knocking on the door and saying, you don't know me, but I'm supposed to help you today.
Wow.
There's always going to be me or somebody from my team that's going to say, let me introduce you, to Retha, and she's going to be your caregiver today. And we sit down, we get to know each other, and anytime there's a change of a caregiver, there's always a staff person to do that introduction.
Okay, good. Yeah, so that way you can feel safe in knowing, yeah.
Yeah, very much so. We also let the family know what happened during that day. So our caregivers take copious notes of what was happening, and then we take a picture of those notes and then send them to the family members so they know what happened with mom or dad. So
I
those
love
are
that.
two
Yeah.
things give them a great peace.
Yeah, that's wonderful. That's such a great service. And so anything else about you or your background that you would like to let the viewers know, how you got involved into this?
Yeah. Well, I've always done a little bit of business, and I've always been in ministry. So the two combined. Most recently, I was one of the pastors at Saddleback Church in the community area. So we gave out food distributions and helped the community. But I wanted to create something or get into a business that I could still care for people, but also create a business around it.
Yeah.
And so with Caring Senior Service, I get to love on people, which is my heart. And then I also get to mix it with my desire to grow a business and to help a community all in one.
That's wonderful. What a great passion and all coming together. Definitely, that's when you feel like you're fulfilling your purpose.
Yeah, it definitely feels amazing to come along people's lives, especially during a time like this.
Yeah.
We have found out that if we bring a caregiver in, a person's life is definitely extended versus if they just go into a facility.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I love that. Thank you for coming on and sharing with us today.
You bet.
If you would like to find out more about Caring Senior Services, you can check them out online at caringSeniorService.com or give them a call at 833-926-3700. Stay with us because we have the Democratic Club coming up right after this.
Welcome to Pacific Financial Planners. We focus on income replacement for your retirement. We have over 3 decades of professional money management experience. We personalize a plan that's right for you and your family. You only get one shot at retirement. Don't you think you better get it right? So give us a call for your free consultation. We can do this over the phone, via Zoom, or in person.
Pet boarding and daycare reimagined in Laguna Woods. Smart Park is offering 1 month of unlimited free daycare to new clients that pass a temperament evaluation. Call today to redeem this offer and get started.
Ready to hear the good news? From teaching others how to use their iPhone at the Mac Club or volunteering at the History Center, our community saves thousands of dollars. And there's more. The special volunteer luncheon happens because of sponsors. Recently, it was Memorial Care, Ivy Living, and Freedom Village that stepped up to help offset the cost. These are just a few of the many good things that happen in your community. Help be a part of it and volunteer today.
Hi, my name is Rhonda Plains. I'm from Fullerton, California. I absolutely love Dr. V. I am very happy to drive from Fullerton to Laguna Woods. I was having an issue with my vision. There was strobe light going off in my eye. Dr. Vias was able to get me in to see him the next day. Once I met him and he diagnosed the problem with my eye, I felt very comfortable with him, and I'm just really happy that I found him.
Welcome back to This Day. Joining me now from the Democratic Club is Alan Feldman and Jean Lepowski. Welcome, you guys. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
So tell me, did you do anything fun to ring in the new year?
Can't say that I did, really.
That's wonderful, though. But so tell me, have you always been a Democrat, or is that something that developed as you went through life?
Well, my parents were, as they say, dyed-in-the-wool Democrats.
Okay.
My first actual experience was working in 1960, handing out literature for John F. Kennedy's campaign in New York City. So I guess you could say yes for me.
Was that here in California?
No, I grew up in New York City. I was born and grew up in New York City, and that's so that's where I started doing it. Of course, there was a huge hiatus between that and going after you go to work and so forth. It's hard to follow up with that, really.
Yeah.
Real life takes
Right. And how about you, Jean?
Yeah, the same basically. I was my parents were Democrats their entire lives, and so I also was a Democrat. I grew up in LA.
Okay.
So I mean, I also remember,
Has LA always been predominantly Democrat? Not necessarily.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that evolved with immigration into the Los Angeles area.
Gotcha.
From other places. Yeah.
So you guys, your next meeting is coming up next week, a week from today, Tuesday, January 16th. And
right.
That's 7 p.m. in Clubhouse 2. And this is going to be a candidate forum. And you're actually having 2 candidate forums this month before the primaries in March.
No, we're down to 1.
Oh, you're only having 1 now. Okay,
yes,
sorry. I guess I was reading something else that had said that.
Yeah, I can speak about that. The candidates forum first.
That's fine.
And it is because the primary is coming right up. Primary election is coming up in March. So ballots are going to be started to be mailed in the beginning of February. Jean going to tell us all about that. So we are having it's our final pre-primary candidates forum on the 16th, 7 o'clock Clubhouse 2. Another opportunity for people to see and hear the people running for office in our local area, actually in person. And thing with you have candidates, especially as it gets close to the election, even those, you never know, even those that say they'll definitely be there, you never know who's going to be there till they walk through the door. So we offer no guarantees. But people who have said that they would be there, we have 2 candidates for the 40th Congressional District, 2 Democratic candidates for that. That's the district that covers almost all of Laguna Woods, and that's Allison Demopoulos and Joe Kerr. They both said that they would be there and speaking. Dom Jones, who is the candidate for the 72nd Assembly District, which is, again, the district that covers all of Laguna Woods, is going to be there, too. And Dom Jones, by the way, she's the officially endorsed candidate of the California Democratic Party. State Senator Josh Newman, who is running for re-election. Because of redistricting, he's running in our district now, the 37th district. But he's running for another term in the state Senate. He's not sure that he will be able to attend in person. We're hoping that if he doesn't, he will send us a video. He is also the California Democratic Party endorsed candidate. And Dave Min, who is our current state senator, who is running for Congress in the 47th district, which clothes just a sliver of Laguna Woods. And the same thing with him. He's not sure he can be there in person, but we were asking him if he could send us a video so people can hear them and see them. We also,
that's a really great idea, send in a video if you can't personally be there.
Right, exactly. So people can hear and see. We also have 3 or 4 candidates for judgeships who are going to be at our meeting, too. Superior Court judges in California are elected. And so we're going to have a couple there tell us why we should vote for them. And just one other election I wanted to mention. It's called the Central Committee of the Democratic Party of Orange County. We're going into the weeds here. This is an inside the Democratic Party election. To vote in this election, you have to either be a Democrat. You have to have a Democratic primary ballot. So you have to either be a Democrat, or if you're not a member of the Democratic Party, you can request one. In short, the Central Committee is kind of the board of directors of the Democratic Party of Orange County. It sets the direction for the party. There are 9 assembly districts in California and in Orange County, and each one elects 6 members to the Central Committee. And we're going to have 3 or 4 people who are going to tell us why they want us to vote for them. But I just want to mention Jonathan Adler, who is a longtime resident of Laguna Woods, longtime member of the Laguna Woods Democratic Club. He's on the board of directors of the club, and he is also a legislative action chairperson. He is running for re-election to the Central Committee. I think this will be his 3rd term if he's elected. And since he's been on the committee, he's been the parliamentarian. He's right now the co-chair of their legislative committee. And we don't usually talk about one candidate over another, but we hope people will remember our longtime friend, resident, and Democratic Club member Jonathan when it comes time to vote.
Oh, wonderful. And so, Jean, tell me about the importance of the primary coming up on March 5th.
Yeah, well, it's there's always a problem with turnout for primaries because people have the idea that they're going to be able to vote in November on whatever the issues are on the primary ballot, but that's not necessarily the case. And in fact, calling it a primary is kind of a misnomer because there are some primary races, but there are also other issues on the ballot. And so it's really important to understand that. And then more recently, we talk about our elections as happening in a particular month, but the election, for example, our presidential primary voting starts on February 5th. That's when ballots will start arriving at people's doors. So it's, even though we say the March primary, it's actually the February and March primary because voting starts long before March ever gets here. So there are 3 important elections on the primary. I mean, they're all important, but there are 3 that I want to draw your attention to. One is the election for our California representative to the United States Senate, and we have 3 candidates there who are running for that office: Katie Porter, Adam Schiff, and Barbara Lee, and they are competing for the Democratic vote for that election. And fortunately, there will be a debate among all of the likely or the possible winners for that race, including not only the 3 Democratic candidates, but also Steve Garvey. And that will be broadcast on television on the here's the date, January 22nd. It's on your display in back on Fox News Channel at 6 p.m. And that will be you will be able to see, I think it's channel 14 and 414 here on our cable channel. So people will be able to get familiar with the three candidates and compare them with Steve Garvey. Another issue that's I want to highlight is Proposition 1, which will be only on the March ballot. It's not going to be on the November ballot. And it has to do with behavioral health service, and there's a bond measure associated with that. And on your display in the back there's some links where you can find out more information. And then finally, there's also an election for 3 of the 5 trustee areas for the Orange County Board of Education. Now, we in Laguna Woods can't vote on that particular election, but we can support those candidates in other ways. And so for that reason, we have those 3 links to the 3 candidates. We're in Area 5, and so it's only Area 1, 3, and 4 that are up for election. But you can find information about those. And that's important because we need, in Orange County, we need a Board of Education that enthusiastically supports public education and that supports access to information. So, you know, there's a lot of national attention on schools and book bans and persecution of trans people, and so those are things that we are a little concerned about, and we want to have representatives on our county board of education who will support educational freedom for everybody.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, is there any last thoughts? We're out of time. Is there any last thoughts that you guys wanted to say about the upcoming forum? Or
well, I want to talk, if you don't mind, about some of our Get Out the Vote efforts. We will be distributing door hangers with our slate of candidates in the 10 days before ballots drop. And we'll also be writing postcards to those who don't live in Laguna Woods, and to some people who are running for the Board of Education.
Okay, well, great. Well, thank you for being here and sharing this, and good luck with the forum next week. Thank you for watching This Day. We have an inspirational quote to leave you with from Will Rogers. Don't let yesterday take up too much of today. That is a gift. That's why it's called the present. I'm Bobby Higgins for This Day. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you next time.
Irvine Barclay Theater is your home for the best in live entertainment. Here's what's coming up next.
Time to understand. I've got sunshine on a cloudy day.
For tickets and information, visit thebarclay.org.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. Remember me? I'm the king of whoopee. And you're watching Village Television. But everybody does.